Hi guys, how are you? 49 days. It's been 49 days since I put up a video. Well, it took me quite a while to figure out if I was going to do this video or not, and I decided to do it, and I hope you'll bear with me. And the reason I'm doing it, because I know when I did my video earlier this year, the book that I strongly recommended to anybody who's been through any kind of trauma or really difficult relationships, or to read the book, which is What Happened to You. Anyway, I will put this video onto that playlist, and I decided to put myself out there to be vulnerable, because I'm really feel I'm putting myself out there and being totally vulnerable now. But do you know what? This is how we learn from each other. This is how maybe I can help one other person to navigate something in their life that has really hurt them. And if it does that, then, you know, it's totally worth it. But actually, when I did that other video, which will be in the playlist at the very end, that a lot of us have gone through something very similar. The players will be different. The emotions could be totally different. You know, like I always say, you know, that saying, walk a mile in my shoes, you might get it. That doesn't even come close. I think that saying, I think you have to actually live somebody's life to be able to say, or walk with them for a long ways on the journey in order to get it. And then, you know what? If it involves other people, everybody's experience with an individual is different. So this is my experience. But to me, this is really, you know, now, once I became a mom, I realized how devastating this was. Once I had my own children, and not only that, what was happening in my life was affecting my children as well. So I started reacting, doing things very differently. Okay, so on September the 22nd, I got a call from my youngest sister, who informed me that my mom had passed away, that she knew she was going, she was ready. So I didn't really know how to react. I said to her, I didn't burst into tears or anything like that, because, you know, I often wondered how I would with the relationship that I had with my mom. I didn't really have much of a relationship. I should have had. She gave birth to me. I was one of her babies too. She just couldn't go there. And so I was kind of like, I'd often say, you know, I say to Bill, I even said it to my kids sometimes, you know, when something happens to my mom, I'm not sure if I'm going to cry, because I'm so sad that my mom, you know, never loved me, that she could never reach out and get to that point with me. You know, I was just going to cry because the woman that passed away, that's supposed to be my mom, that was supposed to nurture me and love me so much, had passed away. I had so many mixed feelings about it, and I still have some mixed feelings about how I reacted. But I have not cried yet. I might actually during this video, I don't know. So anyway, so later on that day, I waited about 3 days, and then I phoned my older sister, who wasn't home, and I got my brother-in-law on the phone. And it was kind of funny, because he's Irish. And so he said, oh, not to worry, Lady. He said, you know, she died in her boots. And I went, died in her boots? I've never heard that saying. But then since I heard it, other people say, oh yeah, I've heard that before. So I'd never heard it before. So anyway, so when my mom started having problems that ended up taking her life, she was out playing bingo. So I guess, I'm not sure, I still haven't got all the details, but I'm guessing that's where they had to call the ambulance from or whatever. So she was doing something she absolutely loves to do, and that is playing bingo. And then she was taken to the hospital. So okay, so I guess that's good. My mom was 93, and I'm going, wow, 93. I'll sign up for that. That gives me another 21 years, maybe even longer. So she was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you the picture of her as a young woman. She was gorgeous. Anyway, so you guys, I knew if I kept talking about it, I would just lose track. You know what? Maybe I can write a poem. And so I'm going to read it to you guys. And my mom would go absolutely squirrely with me, because I look back and I go, oh, I was so pathetic. I was so desperate to have her love me. And so I'm going to share one of those stories with you after I read this. I have to read it, okay? And it kind of will put my relationship with her in a nutshell. Okay. They stare at me, for I do not cry. They do not know to me you said goodbye the day you delivered me and heard my first cry. You carried me under your heart with such pain and shame. Another baby out of wedlock soon would arrive in the month of May. You already had a beautiful baby girl. You loved her so much. Her daddy was your first true love. My dad, a young man, soon to be 24, said, we will marry. We can be a family of 4. I will love both of these babies. I'll make them mine. But that was never your plan. You had so much pain and shame. This baby born in May is to blame. Let her carry the shame. You made it your mission. In our family, I would not thrive. Your words would cut like a knife, pointing fingers and all of the lies. Who does this to a baby, a child? I was your mistake. You were never mine. It's sad that me you could not love. I so wanted to be loved by you, my mom. I soon learned I would never be enough. My birth was a gift. You were able to create a new life, rewrite the story the way you like. But life can be cruel and hard. The truths we hide usually find a place to show its face. My dad once said he did not know that me he would have to discard. I felt so sad. For me, he could not show his love. Doing so would make things really hard. He had his own pain deep inside. So many things were too late to change. This is full of pain and so sad. I wish I could cry. There are days I get sad. It is then I try to understand the reason why. The pain is gone and healing has begun. I'm so strong. Of course, I will always wonder what it would have been like to receive just a little of your love. This I learned, the truth we cannot hide, so don't even try. Each and every beautiful baby I gave life will never question, does she love me? Am I enough? Their happiness and seeing them thrive is a gift that brings me joy and peace to my life. No matter how difficult things may get or how things may look, them I will never divide. At the end of my day, my last breath, my gift from them is that they have happy lives, that they will always have each other's backs. That's what happens when you don't divide. I'm so blessed that I'm the mom I never had. liedyMc. Okay, that's what I wrote you guys. Okay, so I'm going to tell you one story, which is really pathetic. I mean, it is really, I think back on this, and it's really funny because with Bill being in the hospital, of course, my kids were around a lot, and this actually came up because, of course, they, they'd lost their grandmother, though I don't even know the last time they saw my mom. But anyway, when my sister, my older sister, when she had, I was married the year before her, but she had first, oh no, actually it was quite a few years. Oh yeah, no, I got married in 71 and I had my first baby in 75, and my niece was born 5 months prior to my first one. So they're only 5 months apart. So I'm going to not mention any names. I try not to. Anyway, so my sister was having her first baby, so this is very exciting, first baby in the family, and I was very pregnant myself. And I remember my brother-in-law I mentioned is Irish, and so it was my mom's mission to, if this was going to be a girl, that this baby was to have her name. And my brother-in-law is a man of tradition. He's Irish. He likes to follow the traditions of the land. And so when my niece was born, I'm her godmother, and so when she was born, my mom was like hell-bent on having her name given to this baby. Like somewhere her name had to be in there. Anyway, my brother-in-law stood fast and said, absolutely not. It is tradition in Ireland that the male's first daughter is named after his mom. And that is the way it was going to be. So anyhow, that was the end of the story. It caused quite a bit of turmoil, especially from my mom. So anyway, well, all right, don't worry about it. Guess what? I had a girl. Yes, I had a girl. Beautiful girl. And I thought, okay. We'd actually named her a name, and then my husband, her dad, said, no, that's not the name. So she got my third name. And my mother-in-law at the time, who'd never had any daughters, she had 3 boys, we thought we'd honor her by giving her her second name to be my mother-in-law's. And then this is my opportunity to shine. This is my opportunity to get a hug, to have something special happen. I'm going to give my mom's name to my daughter. So it was bleep, 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 bleep. I was so excited because I knew this was so important to my mom. This was huge. I mean, she was just bent out of shape about that. The first granddaughter did not get her name. When I told my mom that we had given my baby girl her name, she looked at me and she goes, it's the third name. It means nothing. Done. Wow. Now I could possibly cry. Anyway, so that's called desperation. That is called, I'm doing this so you'll stroke me. Don't worry, 3.5 years later, I'm going to do a better job. I have a baby girl, another one. Oh gosh, she's a preemie, she's cute, she's little. Anyway, so I'm going to do better this time. So we give her a name, and then the second name is my mom's name. Yes! Oh my God, how pathetic. So I'm so excited, right? So excited to share with my mom that again, you know, like here we go, but it's not the third name, it's the second name. So we're going to go bloop, bloop, like that's it. It didn't mean anything. So there you go, wow. It would have meant so much with the first granddaughter, but it meant nothing with the other granddaughters. I don't blame the kids or anything like that. It's my mom's mindset, right? And you guys, some of the things I'm going to share with you about how desperate I was, but you know what? I just wanted her to acknowledge me. Like, what can I do to get your attention? Oh my gosh, and I did a lot of crazy things. No wonder she couldn't stand me after a while. I just added to it with desperation. Anyway, guys, that's my story, and I'm really glad to be back. Next week, I actually have had something sent to me I want to share with you guys. I will continue to give you updates on how Bill is doing, and like I say, it'll be totally up to him if he ever wants to share the story. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Have a great Sunday, and thanks for listening. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Try them all. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.